Right. Welcome to today's live training all about alcohol and knowing what your limit is. Is alcohol affecting your weight loss goals? And then I am going to teach you a few tips and tricks that I have used over the years to ultimately still be able to, include some wine or a drink every now and then and still be able to reach my health and fitness goals. A lot of women who come to us on their health and fitness journey, you know, uh, just drinking in general, not in general, but drinking is just a part of something that they do. They love to go out and, yes, they still drink. Do I still drink every now and then? Yes, I do. So a lot of women think that when they start this health and fitness journey, they want to start taking better care of themselves. They automatically assume they just have to cut everything out. It's that all or nothing mentality. I can't have alcohol, I can't have sweets, I can't have bread, I can't have some of my favorite things. And even though, yes, there are probably more reasons not to drink alcohol than there are reasons to drink alcohol. Today, I'm going to talk about knowing your limits and why we believe in understanding and knowing what your limits are when it comes to drinking. And then, of course, I'm going to share with you one of my resources on how to calculate your drinks into your nutrition. So if you do want to go out, have a girls' night out, have a glass of wine, have a nice dinner out, and have a drink with that dinner, or it's Taco Tuesday and you want a skinny margarita or a margarita, I'm going to teach you how to do that. So I think it's very important to learn balance and moderation when it comes to your health and fitness journey and know that nothing is off limits. So that's what we're talking about today. So first of all, I always say know your limit. And this comes down to knowing and understanding yourself and how many drinks you can have before all inhibition goes out the window. And by that, I mean, how many drinks can you have in order to still have a good perspective on your goals and the food that is around you. So for me, I can tell you that once I've had two drinks, I'm pretty good. Once I start having 3 4 more drinks, that's when my inhibition goes out the window and I am like I just have an increased appetite. I want to eat. And I, at that moment, don't really care the foods that I am partaking in. So that's when, I may be eating things that I generally wouldn't consume. And so when it comes to alcohol, as you know, alcohol is empty calories. It does not it contains a lot of calories, but it doesn't provide anything to you in terms of nutrient value. It is more of a toxin than anything, and it can make it harder for you to maintain or stay in that caloric deficit if your goal is weight loss. Metabolism. So when it comes to drinking alcohol, alcohol can temporarily like stout or slow down your metabolism. So when you consume alcohol, it prioritizes metabolizing it over other nutrients. So that's why it temporarily slows down your metabolism. So those are just some things to keep in consideration. As I mentioned, for me, when I go and I drink more than my limit. So once I'm 3 4 or more drinks in, that's when my appetite increases, and that is when I notice that I can have more of a tendency to overeat. And going along with that, that's when those less healthier food choices sound a lot better than they do when I'm not inhibited by drinks. And then last but not least, water. Well, there's two more actually. Water retention. So even though alcohol is a diuretic, it can lead to dehydration, meaning that you will retain water. So definitely make sure, like a little rule of thumb, first of all, whenever you're going out, kind of set that intention. How many drinks am I going to have tonight? And then make sure that you are having a glass of water in between every drink that you have to also help counterbalance that water retention that you're going to retain from alcohol. And then another thing that is disrupted when drinking is your sleep. So when you drink, alcohol is obviously is it not a depressant? Well, yeah, it's a downer, right? It suppresses our system. It may make you feel more drowsy, but when you are sleeping, it affects you going into those deeper REM sleep or your deep sleep, and you wake up not feeling as rested. So it just interrupts those sleep cycles that your body goes through naturally. So those are just some important things to think about when it comes to drinking. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this, I want you to be able to, if you want to have a glass of wine, if you want to go out for girls' night, understand that you can drink. These are the things that it does affect. It does affect your metabolism, your sleep, causes a little bit of water retention. It also is empty calories. However, with that being said, you still can maintain and lose weight while drinking alcohol. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So I am going to share my screen real quick and give you a little idea on how that is still possible. Share screen, here it is. Okay, so this right here is a little tool that we share with our clients on how to actually track alcohol. So as I mentioned earlier, alcohol is empty calories ultimately, but you can track your alcohol as either a carb or a fat, or carb or fat. And I'm going to walk you through this. I like to use, do I have them on here? I made this quite a while ago. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, hello. We zoomed right in for you guys. Okay, so as you can see, a Press, a White Claw, Truly, those drinks are about 100, or those drinks are generally right around 100 calories. So this is kind of your little cheat sheet. These are some of our macro-friendly alcohol options, all just at or just above 100 calories. And if you are prioritizing or focusing on a macro-based goals to reach your nutrition goals, then this is such a great option for you. So as you know, carbohydrates and fats are our two energy sources. When you're consuming carbohydrates, they are 4 calories per gram, and fats is just over double, so it's about 9 calories per gram. So as you can see here, if we were to take this 100-calorie White Claw, let's say that's your drink of choice, and you have one of those, you're going to divide it by 4, meaning you are then going to track your drink as 25 grams of carbs inside MyFitnessPal, if that is the tracking device or tool that you are using. And so that would subtract, 25 grams of carbs from your daily carbohydrate intake goal. If you are wanting it to come from fats, you would do something very similar, but now we're going to divide it by 9 instead of by 4, and you're going to get 11. So you would track in MyFitnessPal 11 grams of fat. And so how you can do that is when you're doing a search for your food inside of MyFitnessPal, you would type carb or carbohydrate. In mine, I pulled it up as carb, and it'll say 4 calories equals 1 gram. And so when you do that, you would then, when you go to track it, you would put in 25, and it would automatically put it as 25 carbs, and it would say 100 calories. If you go in and search in MyFitnessPal White Claw, it'll bring up 100 calories, but it's going to show no nutrient values because ultimately it doesn't have any nutrient values. So that is how we have been able to still include some alcoholic beverages into our protocol and still be able to stay within our macronutrient goals. So we are just taking our alcohol and we are either tracking it as a carbohydrate or a fat, or as you can see down here, if you want to split it up between your carbs and fats, you can do that as well. So you could do 50 carbs divided by 4, which would give you 12 and a half carbohydrates. And then fat 50 divided by 9, which would give you 5.6. So you can plug it into MyFitnessPal that way. So that's what we teach our clients on how to go ahead and still, if you want to partake in drinking, this is just a friendly little way to, or, a little way with some macro-friendly alcohol options in here to track your alcohol. But I think ultimately it comes down to you and your goals. What is your ultimate goal? And as I mentioned earlier, alcohol is a toxin. Alcohol is not only a toxin, but it is just empty calories. And when you're drinking these empty calories, it's easy for you to, or it's harder to stay within that calorie deficit. And it does temporarily slow down your metabolism. So if you are like looking to lose that last 5 to 10 pounds, drinking alcohol, you might want to cut it out. That might help you ultimately reach those reach that ultimate goal. But we definitely, we want you to have that flexibility, and we don't want you to feel like you have to cut things out of your protocol in order to reach your health and fitness goals. So that is why we take this approach and teach our clients, first of all, their limit. So understanding your body, understanding your limit and what that number is that's going to ultimately drop your inhibitions and have you splurging on foods that are not necessarily those healthier options. And just making sure that you're aware of that. So anytime we talk about this a lot around the holidays, just because it seems like there's more drinking, there's more parties, there's more like festivities to go to, and really thinking about, how can you still go to these functions and, enjoy yourself, because that's what this is all about. It's about making it a lifestyle and not cutting out specific things. So if you enjoy drinking, we want to teach you how to drink in moderation to still be able to ultimately reach your health and fitness goals. So I hope this was helpful today. And of course, I wanted to touch on a few things that alcohol does do to your system. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat below. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. Real quick, a couple of announcements. We have our Love Yourself Mixer coming up in Nebraska, in North Platte, on May 2nd, and that is a Thursday, so that'll be in the evening. Hope you guys can come join us. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. We are going to really, really be touching on hormone optimization. You're going to come meet some amazing ladies, network with them, make some awesome connections, and we want you to leave with some amazing tools and resources to help you get your hormones aligned, just feel absolutely amazing, and have that energy back and be able to lose the weight. So that's what we have going on coming up. We also, quick little sneak peek, I guess, at what's coming up is we are going to be announcing a Mother's Day challenge. As you know, Mother's Day is a couple weeks away. So we have some exciting things in the works for you guys. And as always, I am here to provide and just support you in any way I can. So if there is something you are needing any additional guidance or support on, please know that you can reach out and ask any of your questions. And I'm here to help you in any way that I can. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I will see you next week.